This video is going to be all about how I am reversing prediabetes. Technically, I don't have prediabetes, but I looked it up, and in order to fully reverse prediabetes, my A1C has to be under 5.7 for a total of 6 months. So I'm still technically on that journey. If you follow me on Instagram or here on YouTube, I have been documenting my journey, just improving my metabolic health, learning as much as I can to balance my hormones as a pre-diabetic woman. Women do need to take into account the importance of their hormones because we're so different from men. I briefly touched on it about what I'm doing in the last video that I did about reversing prediabetes. That was a few months ago now. This video will kind of be like a follow-up to that video, touching on more things that I've learned about women's health, women's hormones, and how to incorporate those things into a fasting, low-carb, keto cycling type of lifestyle. So the first thing that I want to touch on is how much did I lose? It has been 90 days now, and I am so proud of where I am. My original goal was to lose 10 pounds. I have now lost 15 pounds and have kept it off despite cycling on and off of keto. A month ago, I realized that I was hitting a plateau in my progress. I wasn't feeling as great as I was in the first few weeks or the first month or two. My period was not regulated, more fatigue, more bloating, a lot more stress than usual. And I looked it up. I've been learning a ton over the last month or so. I have since switched my diet from going completely keto and low carb to cycling on and off keto. And if women don't do this, this is critical because if women don't do this according to their cycle, they could lose their period. They could have more hair fall out. They have more stress, more bloating, possibly increased infertility issues. So listening to our hormones is extremely vital as a woman because we don't want to disrupt the natural cycle of our bodies. And basically that is why I stopped doing keto continuously 24/7. And I also started to listen to what my body needed as far as workouts went. So in the first half of my cycle, when I'm menstruating and in the follicular phase, I might do workouts harder, whereas in the second half of my cycle, which is actually where I am now because I'm not really doing much exercise, but cardio and a little bit of strength training, I take it easy. So that means I do lightweight strength training. It's not like I do heavy weights yet. I'm still like getting my body used to doing more weight training. I am still like in that process of retraining my muscles. And so it's gonna be a journey for me, but it's okay because I'm seeing progress and progress is what matters. So in the back half of my cycle, I will focus more on reducing my body's stress load. Sometimes that means no cardio or no strength training at all on some days. I'm just increasing my carb intake because that is what my body needs to produce progesterone. Progesterone is the sister to estrogen. They're kind of like twin fraternal sisters. This is the only time in my cycle where I will let myself be a little bit more adventurous when it comes to my diet. I am so strict the rest of my cycle, through and through, low carb, lots of probiotics, high protein, all organic, no seed oils. Since I am going on vacation though, this is the week before my period, I'm not gonna stress over what I'm eating. By next weekend, I can start to go back into that keto cycling lifestyle. Luckily, I've been able to keep off the weight because it was really hard for me. Towards the beginning of October, end of September, I noticed that I was hitting a plateau. So normally I was losing like 1 to 1.5 pounds a week. And the last few weeks of October, it was really hard for me to lose weight. Like I think I was retaining water more, and my body's response to stress is to keep the weight on. I wasn't losing weight. I was doing high intensity workouts, which puts more stress on your body. And if you're doing that towards the back half of your cycle, it's counterproductive to losing weight because you want to lower your cortisol. All this to say, mind your hormones, woman. It's so important. Hello, editing Shannon here. I totally forgot to touch on fasting even though I said that I would touch on it at the beginning of this video, but apparently I have zero footage of me touching on fasting. So similarly to what I have been doing as far as diet goes, I've also been matching my fasting windows differently according to different times in my cycle. Towards the front half of my cycle, when I'm menstruating, and then right after my ovulation, I will do longer fasts, and then during ovulation I will do shorter fasts. During menstruation and right after ovulation is actually, for women, it's the best time to do a lot longer fasts that are maybe going into autophagy. Longer fasts meaning 17 to 36 to 72 hours, as long as that. I will throw in a 36-hour fast once to twice a month. I've been doing that now for the past few months, and that has significantly increased my ability to lose belly fat. It's absolutely life-changing the first time that I did it with a doctor to include a fasting lifestyle into your health journey. I highly recommend looking into it, especially learning from the doctors that I've been learning from down below, and it's been working really well for me. But obviously everyone is different. Always consult a physician if you need to, especially if you have underlying health conditions. If you're taking certain medications, you want to make sure that you're doing this in the safest way possible. That is what I've been doing as far as fasting goes. But the week before my period, I will not fast past 15 hours. Because that puts more stress on your body, and you want to lower cortisol as much as possible during this time. And then during ovulation, I will also keep it 13 to 15 hours. So there's only certain days in my cycle when I'm able to fast longer. So when I'm able to fast longer, I actually go full out, which also decreases insulin sensitivity, and just helps with metabolic health. So if you guys want to check out those resources, the books that I've been reading, I'll put them in the links below. I also said in the last prediabetes video that I was not eating red meat. However, I've learned a lot about regenerative practices, how beneficial it could be to the planet. The main reason that I was staying off of red meat is because of most processed meats being red meat. I've become so much more aware of what I've been putting into my body. Like even ice cream, I'll have it all organic and full fat. So to find a good ice cream place that is near my house is a huge thing. I've learned that restricting carbs during certain times, as women, we're restricting our bodies from essential nutrients that our hormones are asking for. So with estrogen peaking at the first half of our cycle before ovulation, don't want to eat carbs because estrogen loves low glucose and low insulin levels, whereas progesterone is its big sister that wants to grow big and healthy, but we need carbs to do that for her. Nature's carbs, squashes, berries, tropical fruits, lots of nuts, sweet potatoes are a favorite of mine. Oh my God. When I started to switch my diet off of plainly keto and introducing carbs back into my diet, like I'm talking 100, 150 grams of carbs each day. Just be aware if you start to do that too, you might experience some bloating at first and lots of gas, especially if you eat sweet potato as the first carby meal after going keto for so long. I did not know sweet potatoes have so much fiber. Just be aware of that, but it makes sense because it's, like I said, it's nature's carbs. I've also started drinking coffee again, and you guys know I am a matcha girly through and through, only because I thought that all coffee did was make you more anxious, but there's actually studies on coffee helping people with diabetes lower their risk if you drink it 1 to 2 times a day. Metabolically, coffee is actually really great for people who are prone to prediabetes or diabetes, who have a family history of it. That said, I have been enjoying my espresso, my organic espresso, which I will also link below. If you guys are interested in trying any of my recipes, oh my God, please let me know. I would love to do like a recipe video, what I eat in the day. I think that would be so much fun, especially on keto days. Yeah, it is such a different experience when I'm fully keto compared to now when I'm not. My waist, like all of my clothes that I used to not wear for the last like 3 years fit, but some of them are a little loose for me now. Like even this shirt is a small, and my stomach used to be so always chronically bloated. So this shirt would be like look like that on me. Whereas now, I mean, I've been eating, so I'm a little bit full right now. But if I exhale fully, like I can tell my stomach is just not as rounded at the top, which tells me that my gut has completely changed, because I used to chronically have like a bump up here, not used to this new body. And I've been going shopping a lot more. I'm rambling at this point. I hope this was helpful for you. And since you're here, I wanted to let you guys know that I will be launching a women-only mindful living and wellness course. I want to help women all over the world thrive in every aspect of their lives. Okay. No, I said 11:45. My family's home now, so I have to go. I will see you guys in the next video.